बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम।
शुरू अल्लाह के नाम से जो रहमान और रहीम है।
इक़रा बिस्मि रब्बिकल्लज़ी खलक़।
पढ़ो ए नबी अपने रब के नाम के साथ जिसने पैदा किया।
खलक़ल इंसान मिन अलक़।
जमे हुए खून के एक लोथड़े से इंसान की तख्लीक की।
इक़रा व रब्बुकल अकरम।
पढ़ो और तुम्हारा रब बड़ा करीम है।
अल्लज़ी अल्लम बिल क़लम।
जिसने कलम के जरिए से इल्म सिखाया।
अल्लमल इंसान मा लम यअलम।
इंसान को वो इल्म दिया जिसे वो न जानता था।
Assalamu alaikum. We start our class in the name of Allah, who is the most beneficent, the most merciful. We are talking about week number 4, E3, class 8, and this is all about the grammar. I mean, we are learning Wren and Morton, page number 88, 91, or 91 to 93, something like that. Okay. The verbs. This is the topic. In this, we will learn all about verbs. What is the importance of verb and why we use the verb or something, and then we will talk about what transitive and intransitive verbs. Okay, first of all I have to tell you what is verb. In common way, when the question is asked to the student, what is verb, so students reply, they say an action is called verb. This is not the complete definition that an action is called verb. So you have to understand what is verb. Verb is, I'm just giving the definition of verb. What is that? An action, statement, and position. Called verb. This is something that you have to keep in your mind. Action, like for example, he plays cricket, do, does, or like help, or any word that shows the action, it is called action. Then statements, the words like is, am, are, was, were, or has, have, had, was, were, called statement. And the possession, that is has, have, or had, stuff like that, called the verb as well. So there are three forms of verb: action, statement, and possession. As you can see on page number 88 of Wren and Morton, you can see in italic form the words are written. These words are called what? Verbs. Okay. Now easily you can find out the verbs in your exercise number 89. You can see, pick out the verbs in the following sentences. Okay, so here you have to understand, in your exercise only action verbs are given, so you have to find action verbs. Okay, so how you are going to find action verbs? Easily, like for example, in exercise number 1, the question number 1 is given, the girl sings sweetly. Okay, so this is given, number 1 question, the girl sings sweetly. Okay, this is the question that is given in your exercise 1. So you have to pick out what? The verb. Simply you can pick out the verb like this. You can underline it, or you can just highlight it. Easily you can solve this exercise. In the same, you can see question number 6 is there. I met a little cottage girl. I met a little cottage girl. Okay. So how you are going to find the verb? Easily you can find the verb like the second form of the verb is being used. I mean, this is past simple tense, so you can easily find the second form. What is the second form? Second form is here, the meet. Meet second. The meet is first form. Met is second form of that. So I met a little cottage girl. I mean, the verb is here. So verbs, whether they are being used in first form, whether they are being used in second or the third form, they are called verbs. So you have to pick out the verbs easily. You can solve this exercise. Okay. And next, you can solve the other exercise, filling the blanks with verbs. Okay. So you have to just find out the verbs, suitable verbs or the appropriate verbs in exercise number 2. Okay, like for example, question number 1 is given. What is question number 1? Question number 1 is that birds dash nest in tree. Birds dash nest in tree. Okay, so you have to think of a verb. What the verb comes? I mean, what do birds do? I mean, they make. So birds make nest in tree. So you can just find by your guess whatever the appropriate verb you have to put. Like question number 4 is there. We dash cricket. Easy exercises are there. We dash cricket. Okay, what the verb come? There are many verbs that you can put in them. Like I'm just giving example. Play. You can put we play cricket. You can put we watch cricket. Okay, two verbs are there. We play cricket. We watch cricket. So this is the way that you can put any verb that suits there. You have to put. So this is in exercise number 2 at page number 91. Okay. Next exercise regarding the verb is there. It is exercise number 3. Write down 10 sentences and underline verb in each. Write down 10 sentences and underline the verb in each. You have to just write, like for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. 10 sentences. When you write 10, like for example, I go to school. Okay. In the same manner, she speaks English. Okay. So what you need to be doing? Only you have to, catch what? The verb. Okay. If it is a verb, so you have to underline it. Simple. So this is the exercise you will do by yourself. Very easy one to to do by yourself. Okay. So we have completed the exercise number 3. Then exercise number 4. Pick out the verbs in the following sentences. It is also the same exercise. Question number 1 is there. He worked and sang from morning to night. Okay. There are 2 verbs given in that. Okay. I'm just putting down the sentence here. Okay. He worked and sang. He worked and sang. The second form of the verb used, from morning to night. From morning to night. Okay. So what you need to be doing, you have to pick out the verbs. It's like this is one verb and this is the second verb. In the same manner, you will mention the verb or underline, and then your exercise completed. You don't need to be solving this exercise in your copy. You can solve this exercise in your Renan Martin book as well, or at page number 91 you can easily do that. Then exercise number 5, you can see, like, insert verb in the following sentences. Okay, here easily you can do as well. I will give you the idea that you can easily solve this exercise. Okay, let's take question number 7. Question number 7 is there. What question number 7? I dash chocolate ice creams. Chocolate ice cream. Okay, what the word comes in your mind? Any verb that suits over here at this place that comes in your mind, so you can put down here. So I eat, you can say I eat, or you can also say I enjoy. Or you can also say I like. You can also say I love. Okay, so I eat chocolate ice cream, it is also the right sentence. I enjoy chocolate ice cream, it is also the right sentence. I like chocolate ice cream, it is also the right sentence. I love chocolate ice cream, it is also the right sentence. So it is up to you what appropriate word that comes in your mind that you have to put over there. So easily you can solve this exercise number 5 as well. Okay, next what we are having at page number 92 and 93. Okay, what is this? The topic, chapter number 15. The topic is transitive and intransitive verbs. What are transitive or intransitive verbs? You have to understand. Okay, so let's talk about transitive or intransitive verb. Okay, first I'm just putting transitive, the word the word like transitive verbs or intransitive verbs and intransitive okay, we are talking about the verbs, transitive or intransitive. Okay, what are intransitive verbs or what are transitive verbs? You have to understand. Like, I'm just giving the example. He swims. And number 2 is he purchase. Okay, 2 sentences are there. Okay, so here you have to understand, if a sentence is there, he swims, so it completes the sense. He swims, yes, definitely he swims, so it does not need any object because it completes over here. That's why I put dot over here, because the sense is complete. When the sense is complete, the sentence is completed. So that's why I put dot over here. So he swims means sentence completed, or it gives complete sense. But he purchased, so he purchases because it is present simple. So he purchases. So definitely the question, the word comes in our mind. If somebody say he purchases what? So definitely why the word what is coming? It is coming just because one reason. What is that reason? Reason is that the word purchase needs object to complete the sense. So any verb that takes object is called transitive verb, and any verb that does not take object like swim, it is called intransitive verb. Okay, keep this in your mind. Okay, and one more thing, the verbs, transitive verbs are used in passive voice, or intransitive verbs we cannot use in passive voice. So understand again. Okay, this is the definition. I have to write this definition as well so you can easily understand. Okay, what is the definition that is given? You can easily understand. The verbs, the verb takes an object to complete the sense called transitive verb. In the same manner, the verb which does not need an object to complete the sense called intransitive verb. Called intransitive verb. So again, I'm just reading out to make you understand. The verb takes an object to complete the sense called transitive verb. The verb which does not need an object to complete the sense called intransitive verb. Like for example, he swims, the sense is completed. Okay, so that's why it is intransitive. But he purchases what? It needs object. So that's why it is transitive verb. So this is something that you have to understand. Now we have to complete the exercise that is given in your book Renan Martin. So I have to tell you at page number 93, exercise number 1, there you can see, the question number 1 is that a stitch in time saves 9. A stitch in time saves 9. Okay, so what you need to be doing, you have to pick transitive or intransitive verb. So how you are going to pick that, how you will say this is transitive or intransitive verb? Easily. Easy what? The word saves. Like if I make a sentence, he saves. So sense is not complete. The word comes in my mind. What? What? So it means if it needs an object, it means it is transitive verb. So what I'm doing? I'm just putting transitive verb. Why? Because it needs object. Okay. In the same manner, there is another sentence. Take your books and go home. Take your books and go home. Okay. So there are two verbs. So you have to find which verb is transitive or both are transitive or intransitive like that. So how you can do? Take, he takes. So definitely the word comes what? What he takes. It means it is required an object. So what we need over here? Definitely we need an object. So that's why it is transitive verb. Okay, next we can see the word go is there. So the word go, so the word go home, I mean, does not need any object. Why? Because the word what we does not come in our mind. Like he goes, so what does not come, but where, when, some other words, WH questions are coming in our mind. So because the word what is not coming in our mind, so what we are doing over here? Simple, it does not need any object. Okay, so what it needs? It needs, nothing. That's why it is intransitive verb. So with the word what, we can recognize transitive or intransitive, because the word what is a word itself that that is asks for object. Okay, something like that. So through or with the help of what we can find what transitive or intransitive verbs or something like that. So keep in your mind. So which verbs are transitive, which verbs are not transitive, usually you can find with the word what. So you have to solve this exercise at page number 93 easily. So this is the exercise that you have to complete, and then we will go for the tense, which is today we are going to learn all about past simple tense. Okay, in past simple tense, what we are going to be doing, for what we use past simple? Past simple. Okay, so definition you have to understand. Past simple we use for what? An action that is completed, that is started and completed in the past. It has no connection with present. Okay, and this is also the definition given in your content page number 93, that we use the past simple tense for an action finished at some time in the past. Okay, and we often talk about definite time in the past, like yesterday, like last night, or at 9 o'clock in the morning, in the evening, at night, whatever, stuff like that. So an action that is finished in past but it has no connection. And when you are using the time, so keep this thing in your mind, definite time, proper time that you will put there. Okay, the formula that you have to note down. What is formula? For example, I'm just giving the formula: subject plus second form of the verb plus object. This is the formula of affirmative. Okay, the negative formula: subject plus did not plus first form plus object dot, and this is called negative formula. Okay, third is did plus subject plus first form plus object and question mark, that becomes interrogative formula. Okay, so how you are going to put this formula into your sentence? Very easy. Like for example, I'm just making a sentence over here, you can easily understand. He went to school. Okay, so according to this formula, you can just see over here, he went, the second form of the verb, the first form of the verb is go. So here second form is required, so we put the second form went, and the object, or here it is not object, keep this thing in mind, so you can put complement as well. If object is not required, so you can just put complement as well. It is not necessary to put object. Sometimes you can put like it is intransitive verb, so you can put complement to complete the sentence as well. But you can also make he went. You don't need to be putting object or complement or something like that. Okay, in the same manner, you are converting what? Converting, you know what you are doing? You are converting affirmative into what? Negative. So he did not, and always keep this in your mind. When you are making negative, so always keep, you will put did not, the helping verb, and after did not, you will always put the first form of the verb, okay, not the second form. This is something that you have to put. Okay, so what? He did not go. So first form of went is go to school. Okay, and you want to convert this into your interrogative sentence. So what you will be doing? So you will put did first, and the subject comes again. What subject is here? It is he. Did he? Now put the first form as per formula. Go to school. Okay, then always put the question mark because this is interrogative sentence. So this is the way that you can make past simple sentences easily. You can practice by yourself and by making, like for example, you can make the sentences of he, she, it, or I, we, they, or any plural person or singular person. Practice by yourself. Okay, so in the end of the video I will tell you how you will practice, or how many sentences that you will make of that to improve yourself. Okay, so next we are talking about past simple into what? Into passive voice. This is all about active voice, as we know very well about that. So we are talking about passive. So what we are going to be doing in passives? Always keep in your mind, as we have learned about transitive or intransitive verbs. So always transitive verb. So the verb that takes an object we use in passive voice. So let's talk about the passive. In that way, what we are going to be doing, we have to understand. Okay, so I'm just putting the heading of passive voice. Okay, so past simple into passive voice. The formula is very easy. In passive voice what happens? Object comes first. After object, what we will be doing? Was, verb, the helping verbs, and after that we will be putting third form of the verb plus complement if it is required, then plus by plus subject, like this. This is the way that we can make past simple passive voice. Okay, like for example, I have a sentence in active voice. For example, he purchased a book. This is a sentence that I have in active. Okay, this is, I have to write in bracket, it is active voice. Okay, mostly these type of sentences come in your exams as well. Okay, this active sentence has to be converted into passive. The formula is very simple. Object comes first. So what is object? Definitely we have the object book. So we are talking about a book, so article comes first, a book. Okay, so the object we have. After this we have to consider this thing. Book is a singular noun or plural noun. If it is a singular noun, so it means we have to put was. If it is plural, so definitely we will put were. So a book was, the third form of the verb we will use. The book was purchased. The book was purchased. Okay, so we don't have complement like in the shop, from the market or something like that. So complement is not required. So when complement is not required, so no problem, we will direct put by plus subject. So what is subject? He. Okay, so by we will put before subject by. So subject is he. What is the objective form of he? So always keep in your mind the objective form of subject we will put. So what is the objective form of subject of he? Yes, what? It is him. We will put like a book was purchased by him. So in the same manner, like for example, if another sentence, if I write like for example, I wrote a letter in the class. Okay, so what you will be doing, first you will find what is object. Okay, here we can see the object, so we will be doing here like a letter. So it is singular or plural? So definitely it is singular, not letters. So was. Okay, a letter was. So what wrote here? I missed E. Okay, a letter was. So third form of wrote is written. A letter was written. Okay, after written, what we need to be doing? You have to understand. We have complement. What is complement? In the class. So we will put in the class. Okay, a letter was written in the class by. So means I. So what is the objective form of I? It is me. Okay, so before putting subject I will put by, and then I will put the objective form of subject. What is objective form of I? It is me. This is the thing that I will be doing. A letter was written in the class by me. So this is the way that you will be doing. You will be solving all the passive sentences. So this is all about that we will be doing. Now this is the time of diary task. What is the task for diary? We that you will do at your home in your notebook. So now you have to understand the diary. Diary task. Okay, the diary. What is exactly the diary that we are having today? First, conversational practice. Conversational practice. Okay, what is conversational practice? It is given on page number 95. As I told that you will be doing conversational practice along with your partner. Like one of the partners will be reading the script and then you will be giving the answers by yourself. This is all about the conversational practice. It is all about oral. Keep this thing in your mind. Oral practice. Okay. Oral practice means do not ignore it. Means when your oral exam will be conducted. So any of the oral practice could be very much useful to gain the numbers, to gain the marks. If you are not doing the practice, definitely you will be getting very less marks, or you could be having very inappropriate result in the end if you are not practicing it. So practice conversational practice or conversational questions or something like that. Next, the ways to say thanks. Okay, very easy ways like thanks a lot, thank you very much indeed, then the reply you are welcome or something like that. So you have to do this This is also oral, because this is all about conversation, so you have to be doing oral. Okay, next, the practice, it is written. Practice past simple. Active or passive. In to written form. Make at least 5 sentences of each, and keep this in your mind. Don't make all the sentences affirmatives. You have to make some affirmatives, like one sentence affirmative, one is negative, one is interrogative, and then 4 it is up to you, the 5 is up to you, affirmative, negative or interrogative, whatever it is. Thank you very much. We are going to start our week number 4 with the channel, the unit number 4, unit number 3 that we are going through. In this unit number 3 we are learning 2 lessons. The lesson number 1, very well about that, food for thought, and the lesson number 2 all about vegetarians. Okay, when we'll go through, I will show you in the book at page number 18. You can see over here the topic for your lesson number 1, food for thought. In this topic, under this topic, you are having conversation between Gordon and Rosemary. Okay, what is the scenario of the conversation? Rosemary and Gordon, they are sitting at home, but they feel like to eat something. For that, they are thinking about Indian foods. Like Indian foods are also very much famous around the world. So they decided to go for Indian foods. So what happens? They were thinking where to go to eat, the Indian food like that. Okay, in that thing, one of the guys, like Gordon tells to Rosemary that why don't we cook Indian food at our home? But they did not find ingredients at their home to cook. So they decided to go to the restaurant. So one of the restaurants there, it was Taj Mahal. So they decided to go over there to eat some Indian food. But it was the problem over there. The problem was that it was fully booked. So they were having conversation, and then you will go through this conversation, so you will find the expressions or the words or the phrases they use that you can use in your conversation, like feel like, forget, it is forget it actually. So feel like, forget it, fully booked, I'm starving, it'll do, put on weight, that's a shame, you read my mind. So these are very common, the spoken phrases or the words that you can use in your conversation after going through the dialogues of Gordon and Rosemary. So let's talk about this so you can use them in your conversation. Feel like means when your heart is going for something, whatever your heart is going. Like for example, you want to go outside to enjoy the rain. So in that way you can say, I feel like to enjoy the rain. I want to go outside. You can say, I feel like to go outside to enjoy the rain. If you want to eat something like any desi food or whatever it is, so you can say, my heart is going to eat biryani or something like that. So you can use this phrase, I feel like to eat biryani or something like that. So in the same manner, you will find the dialogues of Rosemary and Gordon, you will find in them. Okay, next is forget it. Forget it is very, quick phrase that is commonly used in English language. Like for example, you have done something, okay, and it was, wrong or something like that, or you feel not good on that. So your friend is there and you are talking to your friend and you just told him or her that that was the problem that happened or whatever it is. Then your friend says, forget it. Forget it means just leave it. You are having nothing to do with this. So remove that thing from your mind. So forget it or something like that. So you can use forget it. Okay, for example, you got pretty bad result in the test. So you are very much worried. So don't need to be worried about that. Forget it. So this is the way that you can use it. Fully booked. When you will go through the dialogues, you will find this phrase, fully booked. Fully booked means there is no seat available. Okay, I'm just giving the example in that way. Like what happens if you are going to the restaurant to eat something. So after lockdown, the restaurants or the hotels are open, but it is very much rush, or they are fully crowded. So what happens? So all restaurants are fully booked, so no seats available. You have to go for takeaway or something like that. So fully booked means fully crowded. I mean there is no seat available to sit over there. So this phrase was used in your unit number 3 or lesson number 1. Okay, I'm starving. Starving means like when you are very much hungry, you did not take your breakfast, you did not take your lunch, for example, even you did not take any snacks or something. This is the night time and you are extremely hungry. So you can say I'm starving, means you want to eat something like that. So you can say I'm starving, like you are extremely hungry, or it is a time of breakfast, for example. So your mom is there and your mom is cooking something or making the breakfast or something, but you are very much hungry. You say, Mom, be quick, hurry, I'm starving, I want to eat something, I'm dying to eat something like that. So you can use this phrase. It'll do. It'll do is very common phrase in English language that is also used in spoken English. In this way, what you can do, like for example, you got a assignment to do something, okay, to write to write an essay, for example. What happens? You are not having the ballpoint pen or something like that, but you have to complete with the pen. So one of the students give you the fountain pen. So you go to the teacher and you ask him or her that I'm not having the fountain pen, so could I write with marker or something like that. So your teacher says, okay, if you are not having fountain pen, so you can write with the marker or something like. So your teacher will be saying it'll do, means it is okay, you can write with the marker as well. So it'll do, we use in that way. Like for example, we have the duster to remove or to erase the board. But for example, if duster is not available, so we are having only, like for example, handy or a handkerchief or any piece of cloth or something like that. So we can remove or we can erase the board with that. So what will it'll do? I mean that piece of cloth will do to remove or to erase the board or something like that. In the same manner, it is also we can use put on weight in very common conversation or spoken English like that. Like for example, you are in the market along with your mom and she purchased vegetables, fruits, the stuff like that or something. So what the shopping bags are there. So what you are doing, you are putting on shopping bags. I mean you are holding the shopping bags. So something like that. So put on weight. So now the vegetable shopping bags, the fruit shopping bags, now it is getting very much heavy like that. So what happens? Your mom purchased another thing. So you say to your mom that, Mom, I cannot put on weight more because it is getting heavier or heavy or something like that. So we use put on weight to hold something heavier or something like that. You can use in that sense, and it is also used in that way. Okay, that's a shame. It is an expression or a spoken expression, like a very amazing example I got for you in that way. What happens? You have practiced a lot for your good presentation or something, but when you went to the stage in front of the audience, you are not being able to deliver the best presentation or whatever. So what happens? As you come down, you came down, you went to the friends or your classmate. What happens? One of your friends, she says or he says to you, that's a shame. You practice a lot, but you could not perform. That's a shame. Like something like that. You can use that. If you have done something that is not appropriate or that is not impressive or something, so somebody will be saying like, that's the shame. We did not believe that you could do that. Why you did this? So that's the shame. So this is the expression you can use in your conversation. Then you read my mind. You read my mind. It is also the expression used. I'm just putting the sign of exclamation. It shows that this is the expression and spoken expression as well. Like for example, I want to eat something like I want to eat biryani, or I want to eat any barbecue or any desi food like that. So I'm discussing with my friend, for example, and I told him that I want to eat biryani. So he says, wow, you read my mind. Means he's trying to say that he also wanted to eat biryani, or he was just feeling like to eat biryani or something like that. So this is the way that you can say. Like for example, the question number 1 is there any question and the answer comes in your mind. You discuss that answer with your partner and your partner says you read my mind. Means the same answer came in his mind. So you can use in your conversation the expression you read my mind. So this is the way. And then you have on page number 19 the oral practice or conversational practice. How you are going to do this conversation practice? One more thing I have to tell you. This is the conversation practice where you are going to make, this is the conversation that you are going to make, quick and tasty catering. I mean, this is the name of the restaurant that you are planning to go over there for eating something like that. So you are having conversation. So you have to practice how you are gonna make the conversation. I have one of my colleagues. Please welcome Sir Amir is here. We are going to perform that conversation. That how we are going to do this conversation, and we are going to plan for quick and tasty catering to have some eatables there, especially desi eatables. Hello, Mr. Amir. How are you doing?
I'm fine, sir. What about you?
Good. Not bad. Mr. Amir, I feel like to eat some desi food.
Wow, I like desi foods. I like Indian mackerel. Would you like to?
Yes, I really like to eat Indian mackerel. Indian mackerel is available at quick and tasty catering.
I have listened that there is available Indian mackerel in the quick and tasty catering. Should we go there?
We should go there, but one more thing. One of my cousins went over there. It was fully booked.
Ooh,
So that's the problem. It is fully booked, for example. So how we can eat over there?
Ooh, then we are going to for the takeaway. Then we will go there.
Oh, that's the perfect idea. Takeaway. Oh man, we will go and get the takeaway. Thank you very much. Let's get a move on.
Thank you. Thank you.
So this is the way that you can make the dialogues and make conversation with your partner. This is up to you. How you are going to make the conversation with your partner. This is totally up to you. You can use them as well in your conversation, and you can make your own conversational script, and you can practice as well. So this is the way that you will be doing After that, we are having lesson number 2. In lesson number 2, at page number 20, you can see the lesson number 2. It is all about vegetarians. When you will go through, you will find, these are the kinds of vegetarians: semi-vegetarians, ovo-lacto-vegetarians, raw living foodists, fruitarians, vegans. Okay, so the questions are there on page number 94 of your content solution. So you can see the questions. When you will go through the page number 20, all about vegetarians, you will find the answer. But I have to explain who are semi-vegetarians. It is also written, and when you will go through, you will find something like that. Semi-vegetarian do not eat red, white meat. Okay, this is something that you have to keep in your mind. Semi-vegetarians do not eat red or white meat. Okay, like goat meat or the beef or something like that. But they eat fish. They eat what? Fish or seafood or something like that. So they eat like that. So that's why they are called semi-vegetarians. In the same manner, ovo and lacto-vegetarians. Okay, who are ovo vegetarians? Ovo means eggs. Okay, the ovo vegetarians do not eat any beef or any meat or the stuff like that, but they eat what? Ovo, eggs. So that's why they are called ovo vegetarian. Even they do not eat fish or seafood or something like that. Lacto-vegetarians. Lacto-vegetarians do not eat eggs or meat or the stuff like that, but they eat what? Lacto means milk. So that's why they are called lacto-vegetarians. Here next you can see raw living foodist. Okay, raw living foodists, they eat raw vegetables or like the fruits or vegetables in raw shell. They do not take any eggs, they do not take milk, they do not even take any product that is made of milk or beef or the stuff like that, but they rely on what? Vegetables or the fruits or nuts or something like that. Fruitarians. Fruitarians, they eat fruits or fruit like vegetables. What kind of fruits like fruit like vegetables like cucumber? It is fruit like vegetable, but it is used in vegetable, but it is fruit. Like tomato, it is something, it is also fruit. But these fruitarians, they rely on fruits, they eat only fruits, so that's why they are called fruitarians. Vegans. Vegans only, they don't eat any product of milk like cakes, ice cream or the stuff like that, any product of eggs or the stuff like that, or any product of meat, beef or something like, but they rely on what? Only one thing, vegetables. They think the animal products means that we are killing the living beings, so they are very much against to eat any product that came from living beings, especially with animals or the stuff like that. So that's why. So the answers are there in the book, by reading, by going through something that I have explained in that, so you can give the answer. Like the questions are there, like what's the difference between ovo and lacto vegetarians? You can just answer that. What do fruitarians eat? Or number 3 is vegans don't eat any animal product. Is it right? So question is there, which vegetarians don't eat any animal product? Or number 5, what materials don't vegans eat or something? So these are something, the answers you can give by yourself. It does not mean that you will follow the solution. You will give the you will copy the answers as given in your solution. Don't do like that. You have to try to write by yourself. In your wordings you can answer. Don't try to copy the answers or something. Okay. Next, in your solution, you can see a very important topic, how to say thanks. How to say thanks. Okay, how to say thanks. So this is the way that I will tell you that how to say thanks in your conversation, because in your conversational English it comes a lot, and in your daily life you use it as well. So the ways to say thanks, like you can use thanks. It is also given in your solution. You can say thank you very much. You can also say thanks a lot. You can also say thanks indeed. You can also say thank you very much indeed. Okay, these are the ways that you can say like thanks, thank you very much, thanks a lot, thanks indeed, or thank you very much indeed. When it comes like, for example, somebody is saying thanks, so how you are going to reply? You can say you're welcome. You're welcome. And answers are also given in your, content as well. Oh, that's okay, or the oh, that's all right. You can also say that's okay, or that's all right. This is the way that you can reply. Like, for example, somebody says thanks, or you say thanks, so the reply comes you're welcome, or thank you very much, so reply comes that's okay, that's all right, or thanks a lot, that's all right, that's perfect. You can answer as well, or you're welcome, or thanks indeed, you're welcome, thank you very much indeed, you're welcome, or something. So these are the ways you can use in your practice, in your daily conversation, in your spoken English, and you can improve a lot with this. And you can practice at your home along with your, your siblings or your parents as well. So the practice is required to improve your spoken English as well. So these are the things that you will be doing in that way. And one more thing you have to understand, you have the paper of conversation. The conversational activity, the activity that is given on page number 95. So some questions are given in that. What are the questions? From here the question are all about the family, the questions all about yourself, the questions all about the school. So the questions are divided into three forms. The family, then your own or yourself, and the third is all about the school. Okay. So go through the questions. Take your partner, or you can do one more thing, like you can discuss with your parents, with your siblings, and one of them, like for example, your partner will be, speaking the question or asking the question to you, and you will be giving the answer by yourself. Like question number one, like for example, how many brothers and sisters do you have? So you are going to reply by yourself. And in the same next question comes, are your brothers and sisters older or younger? So you can just reply by yourself. So these are the ways you can do, and practice it. Practice makes a man perfect. So do the practice, have the good practice, and then get a move on, and you will find incredible improvement your spoken English. And that's all about our week number 4 for channel. Okay, for channel food for thought that we have gone through. Next, all about vegetarians, and do the practice, and go through your solution plus content and the questions as well. Thank you very much. See you for the next video that is concerned with grammar. The topic will be there, verb or transitive verbs, plus we will be talking about tenses. What the tense? It is very much important. Past simple tense. Thank you very much.